In this clip from the Self Unemployed Podcast, Joshua Kinsey-Clough shares his inspiring journey of finding purpose and following his passion. From growing up in Wales and moving to Spain to discovering bodybuilding and building a gym with his father. Joshua's story is about perseverance, purpose, and creating success. He reveals how he embraced challenges, stayed true to his vision, and continues to following his calling to fitness and entrepreneurship.
So I was born in South Wales in a place called Bridgend. I lived in Wales till I was 7 years of age, and then I moved to Spain with my parents, which was interesting, you know, moving to a foreign country where you know no one, where you're young, you're kind of still developing. At 7, you kind of reach the end of the initial development, but you're still in development. But it was a really exciting journey. We got to Spain, started school there. Within a year, I was fluent in Spanish and Catalan. Catalan is a dialect of the region that we lived in Spain. And I think just being a child immersed in that environment, you have one of two options. It's the whole sink or swim. And I feel I was very fortunate to have been in a position where I just absorbed and used everything that was given to me. And I think that came from being quite extroverted as a child as well. You know, my parents never raised me to be quiet. It was instead like to be open and free and vocal. So did the whole school. I left school at 16. I kind of got kicked out. A teacher didn't want me in school anymore. I was very disruptive. I was very disrespectful. I was quite naughty when I was younger. But I think it's because I was never academic. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a bodybuilder, and I wanted to own a gym, and I wanted to help people get fit and get in shape. And that was forever my vision. And that had been my vision for years. And I just had this, I know what I want to do. So come 16, I left school and I started to build a gym with my father. He basically said to me, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to go to school again, or do you want to help me build this gym? And I was like, man, I'm in. That was around 16, 17. At 15 is when I started to like go to the gym and started to take my own fitness seriously. And the moment I kind of stepped into that environment, already having this vision of what I wanted to do, as soon as I stepped into that environment, I was like, this is it. This is it, man. Like, I am at home. I remember I picked up some weights and I was like, Dad, I'm going to be the best. Like, I'm going to be the best. I'm making it. This is like the first day in the gym, you know? And I remember my dad's response, because it was like refreshing. He said, show me. Like, he didn't say how, he didn't say, but he was like, show me. And from that day, it was just full steam ahead. Yeah, man, I was more than motivated. I was determined. I knew. It's like at 15, I knew that if I didn't stop, I'd get it. Like, no matter what it was.
Yeah. So you're quite lucky then, because I think for other people that sort of gets more stuck into the system, into the education system, and end up going to university and then getting a job and, you know, falling into the rat race, it's much more difficult to get out of, and maybe they never really have that passion. They're just going with the flow, you know. Whereas you actually sort of, sounds like you found your purpose, your calling, that really you know, put a fire in your heart, which a lot of people don't find. So, yeah, I guess we can talk about a bit more about that later, about how people can find that, because I think that comes into your philosophy, which maybe now we can get into. I just want to quickly say thank you so much for watching or listening. If you are watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and a subscribe and all that, and subscribe to the podcast, leave us a review. All those things are super useful. But if you like what you're hearing and you'd like to become self-unemployed yourself, then I'd really like to build a community. And the way that I'm doing that is I've got a free mailing list that you can join. And when we record these episodes, they're going to be put out as live streams. So you'll get to see a little bit behind the scenes. You'll get to see the episodes before they go out on the main channel and on the podcast. And you'll get to interact with us as we're recording. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, head on over to the website, links in the description. And I look forward to chatting with you as we record future episodes.
Wow, that's the beauty of the path, though. Like, I feel, I believe in God. Like, I'm a believer in God, and I feel like your journey is forever leading you to your purpose. And like when I was younger, and I was like, I want to be a bodybuilder. I want to get in shape. I want to show people that anything is possible if you believe. That was my mindset at such a young age. It's like, I know it in my heart. Like, if I just hold on, they're laughing at me. They're telling me I can't. They think I'm silly. They think I'm stupid. These people don't want to be around me anymore. But if I hold on to this and every day I show up, I know, I just trust that this is going to work out. And that, speaking of that journey, it's just like, at that moment, that was my purpose. It was like this goal that I had. But as I've moved through life and I've navigated different goals, what I've come to kind of believe and hold as a truth in my heart is that each goal leads you to the next step of the journey. There is no end goal. The end goal, not to be morbid, but the end goal, the place we're all going to, is like death, right? That is the ultimate end for us all. And on the journey to purpose, meaning, and uncovering what it is that really sets your soul alight and brings you to a place of fulfillment, they're all just small goals that point you in a direction and course correct you as you grow and mature.
Yeah, and this is why I was very keen to have you on, because I think there's a lot of synergies between the sort of self-unemployed philosophy, these four stages of wealth, because really it's all about, because it's not just about building wealth. It is also about finding purpose and having a positive impact. Because what's the point of just making lots of money if you're unhappy? So there's got to be, but I do think that is a significant barrier. The majority of people spend most of their lives kind of just trying to make ends meet, or without really ever finding a higher purpose and leaving a real impact. Okay, well, if you are still watching, thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the show. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure you're subscribed on whatever platform you're on. Leave us a review as well. All that stuff really helps. But the main thing is, head on over to our website, selfunemployed.co.uk, and there you'll be able to enter your email address. And once you've done that, you'll get invited to join us when we are recording future episodes. They're going to go out as live streams on YouTube, but not to the public, only to people who are on that mailing list. So if you do that, you'll be able to interact with us, ask questions as we're recording future episodes. So if you're looking to grow your wealth and become self-unemployed, let's do it together. I'll see you next time.